everybody. Welcome back once again. Another edition of Inside the Headset. I'm at Purcell Farms in Sylacauga, Alabama, but on the phone with me is the head coach of the Purple Wave, and that is head coach of Christian Brothers High School, head coach Thomas McDaniel. Coach, are you on the phone?
Yeah, man. How are you doing, Star?
I'm doing well. Coach, now you're the head coach of the Purple Passion. Talk a little bit about the Purple Passion football, you getting adjusted and just coming in and kind of where you are, and a little bit about what's going on in Memphis.
Well, first of all, this is our second take on this radio bit here. You call it Purple Passion twice now. It's the Purple Wave, and I love you, Stuart. But anyways, we are. It's been a long transition. Obviously, resigning from my position in Oakland in February. 2 days later, moving to Memphis. Basically being away from my family for all of 4 months. That was definitely a challenge that I kind of didn't foresee in the beginning. I really didn't know that the turnover from Oakland to Christian Brothers was going to happen that fast, but it did. And it was best for all parties involved that it happened that way. But so had to be back and forth on the road a lot. Had an opportunity to get a lot of work done with being separated from my family during the week. But it's been exciting. It's been some long hours. It's been, I guess, a different job in so many different ways. I think at the end of the day, right now, what I'm learning here is the job is exactly the same. It's about educating young people, trying to mold them, give them leadership, and then obviously coach them in the game of football. That part really hasn't been that different, but there's a lot of things, I guess, outside of the day-to-day focus of just being a football coach that is different. And then it's been an adjustment. It's been a fun, exciting time. Been very challenging. I've learned a lot of new things. And, since leaving, and obviously, as you well know, I loved Oakland. I loved everything about the school, the people, the kids, everything. I truly missed. But it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up, and I can say 100% that I made the right decision. And God has opened a different door. It's not necessarily a better door. It's just a different opportunity. And I've had a lot of fun and learned a lot so far.
Well, I'm sorry about the passion remark. Let's move on and move forward in the right direction. As far as being a Purple Wave student or young man at the school of Christian Brothers, talk a little bit about the difference between being a public student, going every day and reporting at 8 o'clock, 8:30, whatever time it may be, and difference in being Oakland, Riverdale, Blackman, or whatever. What's the difference, Coach?
I don't know. It's for me. It's yet to be determined. I'm just 2 weeks in, but I think obviously the standard is so high, the expectation level is risen even more. I mean, I think there's an expectation at Oakland or Riverdale or Blackman or anywhere else. I think the public education in Rutherford County is second to none. But where I'm at now, it's just it's pretty eye-opening to see that a young man has to come in. First of all, we're all boys school. That's a different dynamic. Not having not having young girls around. I'm not saying it's a distraction, but it's just it's a lot different when you're when it's just all guys. There's not a tendency to try to impress as much. There's not a tendency to have as many distractions. So, anyways, that's been really, to be honest, very easy. The academic and just day-to-day institutional side of it has definitely been a different experience. But for guys that have to come in wearing a tie, if you don't have your socks on, you're going to get fined. If you have chewing gum in your mouth, you're going to get fined. There's things that we take for granted sometimes. The expectation level there is so high and demanding, and I think it's special. I mean, I've enjoyed it. The spiritual component obviously is something that you try to embrace in public school, and I think to an extent you can still do that. But here it's just a lot more open, all inclusive, and it allows you for more opportunities. And I'm talking about as far as just building a relationship with kids, and then you just have. I'm not going to say you have a better support system. I would say you have a stronger support system from the standpoint that you just have more people involved and a lot more, I guess, activity. And I think a case in point would be, we had a kickoff banquet in Oakland for several years. It was a great event. We did a tailgate style thing behind the school, and and it was always a good way to start the season. But we did it last Saturday night at Christian Brothers, and there was 500 plus people there. It was sold out. Our big, I guess, banquet hall or auditorium, and the Purple Wave, the tradition that's there, 150 years at that school. Even though we're not called the Purple Passion, the passion there is just, it's definitely in your face. It's definitely something that people make me aware of on a daily basis. I have no problem reciting the years and the successes of the coaches before me because the expectation is very high. And, they expect nothing but success. I'm okay with that. All I can tell you is every day is a real opportunity. I'm enjoying it. I love every second of it. The kids have been great. Teaching class there has been very special the first couple of days. And I feel like even the other students and our football players have really, I think, kind of embraced me. And I've had a lot of people, close people, that along this journey have said, hey, I don't know if this is the right move for you. You're not a public, or you're not a private school guy. You grew up in public school. This is not the right fit. And to be honest with you, the fit so far has been like a glove. I know that we haven't played a game, and I understand we lose a few games, and I might have some more criticism than I do right now. But as a whole, everyone's just been super supportive, and we're very, I think as a community, we're very excited about the future of our program, where we're headed. And I just think the culture, we've shifted and turned it in the right direction, and we've done it collectively as a group, staff, players, coaches, the whole 9 yards.
Friday night, you go against a very talented team. Talk to us about what you brought up to this point, and you've only got a couple of days to prepare for one of the best players, or the best player in the state. You'll face Dylan Mitchell, but I mean, you faced him before, but you didn't have as many bullets. You're less a couple of bullets. But talk about Christian. Talk a little bit about Christian Brothers and coming up to this point.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, that part, as far as the football day-to-day, it's the same thing. Maybe,
okay.
The day-to-day practicing and playing and preparation and things of that nature, honestly, it's all the same, and nothing's changed. Getting, with the coaches I had at Oakland and the comfort level and the trust factor and all those things, that part has changed because, it's all new guys.
And it's nothing against them. It's nothing against them.
No. But as you well know, I mean, you've been around me enough, and most people that know me, I'm not the easiest guy to work for. I'm a take it or leave it personality, I guess. And I had a lot of men at Oakland that were behind me 100%, supported me. That, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, that I love. They were dear friends of mine, and that I miss. I mean, I've got buddies from that staff that I miss dearly. They were some of my best friends.
We miss you, Coach.
Yeah, well, and so, that part, I've had to kind of just put my head down and ignore it. I know it sounds cold, but I left a lot of very close friendships, but I'm developing new friendships. I really am proud of the way the staff that is here now has embraced me, brought into what I believe in, and also taken to myself. Again, I'm not the easiest guy to work for. That being said, it's very different down here. I'm not saying it's better or worse, but obviously being at Oakland, and the competition level of the league, and being in the spotlight with that district, and having the local paper always talking to you, and I'm not talking about Oakland, I'm just talking about everybody, but just, we were when I say we, I'm talking about all the schools in the area, that was the focal point for the summer and fall, and not to say that Christian Brothers is not going to be a focal point for the Memphis area, but it's a bigger pond here, so to speak, and so that's, been an adjustment. Also, whether the football's better or worse is irrelevant. It's just been a harder gauge for me to figure out. We had relationships built with the McCaulleys or the Father Ryans or the Beach High Schools or whoever we scrimmaged. We knew what we were getting into when we had those scrimmages.
Right.
We kind of knew what to expect. We knew what their style was going to be. We knew how they were going to be coached, so on and so forth. This has been a growing and changing process for me because I don't know anything about Ridgeway. I don't know anything about turf. We had somebody else cancel on us in our scrimmages. So to be honest with you, I don't really know where we are. I think we performed very well in our scrimmages. We had a jamboree game scrimmage with Lake Cormorant, Mississippi on Friday.
How'd that go?
we went a quarter with our ones. We were up 14-0, and then I got our kids out. But our older kids have performed very well. I'm excited to see how they do Friday. That being said, as you well stated, they got one of the best players in the state, probably in the entire country, in Dylan Mitchell. And we've been very fortunate the last couple of years in Oakland, as you call bullets. We had some big guns and really good players and guys that had been in the program for multiple years and understood the system. Been in the weight room for 4 years. A lot of things, not just talent. And here, again, I've only had my hands on them for 6 months. New system, new mentality, new attitude, all those things. And I would say, I'm not going to hide from it. We're not on the athletic scale. We're not quite where we were when I left Oakland. But now, again, the difference being, man, sometimes in Oakland you got to really work to get a kid to trust you. You got to really work to earn a kid's heart, so to speak. Here, I mean, from the word jump, they just listened and said yes, sir, and they did what I. And I'm not all my kids in Oakland were great.
No.
But you got to really win their hearts over. And there's nothing wrong with that. I've done it all.
Do you think they're hungry, or Christian brothers? Do you think they were hungry for that type of leadership?
I do. I think it was time. I mean, I just think that they trusted what I believe in. I think they liked the energy that we bring to the table. I think they bought into the mentality of what I want to do. And I mean, we're just not going to change. It is what it is. I mean, you can say we run a boring offense or whatever. I don't care what you say. It's irrelevant to me. We're going to line up and try to punch you in the face, and you're either going to sit there and stand toe to toe or you're not. And I feel like that's what we need to do here. And they bought into that. We've been very physical running the football. We're not overcomplicating things on offense, defense. We're getting lined up, playing a couple coverages, and just running around. And it's been fun. I mean, to have to coach. Christian Brothers is a lot more like Oakland than you might think, from the standpoint that it is a diverse group of kids. It's not like it's all, upper class kids that drive in from East Memphis and
they're not all driving Lexuses?
Right, I mean, they're from all over the county. We got kids coming in from Mississippi and Arkansas. I mean, with a same school like Christian Brothers, it's a very open, inclusive environment. A lot of different socioeconomic diversities there, religious diversity. It's not an all Catholic school. I mean, so again, it's a melting pot. So that part has been, interesting, but also easy for me because, as you well know, in Oakland, it's a melting pot kid. So, but at the end of the day, you know what? I think the simplest thing is whether you're Christian Brothers or Oakland or Riverdale or Innsworth, you're 16-year-old boys.
Exactly.
And sometimes you have more demand, and that may be academic, it may be athletic, or whatever. But ultimately, all the kids are kids, man. They want discipline. They want you to take care of them. They want you to coach them hard. Yeah, you got to love them up sometimes. But they know whether you're real or you're fake. And I think our kids know that I have all the best intentions, and I'm loving it.
What do you got to do Friday night? You're going to get the best kid, and I mean, this side of the Mississippi. What do you got to do Friday night?
Well, I mean, I think first and foremost, obviously, kick away from him. We gotta, you can't.
You can't kick it to him.
No, you can't have a one. And with that being said, it's easy to say that, but I mean, I'm not the one kicking it. And if I was kicking it to him, I don't know if I could kick it away from him if I tried. So, I mean, we got to keep the ball out of his hands. The quarterback back from last year, he's a good operator.
Oh, he's good.
Yeah, good operator, good arm. I don't think they're as big up front as they were the last couple of years.
As big as they were last year, they didn't run it up the middle, but 3 times the whole game.
Who them?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and you know what? It's funny you say that, Stuart, because I think that's one thing that Joe's tried to do is I think he's trying to get back to be a little bit more run-pass balance. And I don't think you went to Memphis 2 years ago when we played them, but 2 years ago when we played them at the fairgrounds down here, they abandoned the run game immediately. They didn't even try to run it on us.
Really?
And I understand I'm not talking about Oakland, I'm talking about Christian Brothers now, but I think it's going to be the same story. We got to stop the run early, force them to be one-dimensional, and then try to take Mitchell out of the game. You're not going to take another game. You got to try to limit his touches, and then the touches he has, don't give up on the big play. Now that being said, that's a real genius idea, but with the talent we had last year and the understanding of what we needed to do in leveraging the football, you were there the first play of the game, touched it on us and went 70 yards. And that just didn't happen to us except for against him. So, that's scary. It's scary to think that one guy, and I hate to say that because there's no disrespect to the other kids on the field, but, one guy in this situation could beat us if we don't do the proper things. But I think our kids understand that. I think they're smart. I think they respect them. I really have no doubt. We're not fearing Dylan Mitchell or White Station. I think we're excited to go out and kick off the first game. We're at home. I know we're an unbelievable crowd, and we're just gonna. I think our kids will execute the game plan, and hopefully we do it successfully enough to come out with a victory.
Well, Coach, I won't be there on Friday night, but I hope you do well. I know it's going to be a tough challenge. Anything you want to say to the crowd, or anything you want to say to the faculty and staff of the Purple Wave?
Well, we're just excited, man. I'm ready to get this first one kicked off. Like I said, the community here has been unbelievable. The transition has been very smooth, we need to get this first win. We got a lot of momentum building. We're fixing to build a $10 million athletic complex. We got a lot of great things going on with Christian Brothers, and we got the tide, so to speak, pardon the tide's rolling, and we need to really capitalize Friday night and get this first W. And I'm just excited to see the atmosphere. It's been a lot of talk, a lot of tradition, and again, just to kind of see the kids go out and play for the gold helmet. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Coach, is that at your house or their house on Friday night?
No, it's at our place. And evidently, man, I mean, you would know as well as I would, but the student section, based off the basketball games, the student section of Christian Brothers is second to none. It's unbelievable. I can't even begin to tell you how crazy the student sections are. And then tailgating starts at 4 o'clock. It's a big social atmosphere.
I like that.
Like I said, it is it's the thing to do in the Christian Brothers community. Football is what everybody gets fired up about. We just got a lot of positive momentum, and now it's time for us to capitalize and get this first win.
All right, Friday night, that'll be at Christian Brothers High School. Purple Wave and White Station will be going at it, and that'll be a 7:30 kickoff. Y'all join Coach Thomas McDaniel in the Purple Wave as he takes on a very tough Dylan Mitchell. 7:30 will be kickoff. Y'all join it. Y'all see Coach McDaniel there. Later.